Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited today because I've got some new beauty goodies in and I need to share them with you. So this is Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. You've probably seen all about it on the internet. I had my opinions. I know a lot of people on the internet has had their opinions, but after doing some more in-depth research, trying the products, and just reading for myself, I have a newfound love and respect for Selena and her brand, Rare Beauty. At first when I saw this come out, I was like, just another celebrity jumping on the beauty bandwagon because there's billions and billions of dollars to be made. Here we go. I take that mentality back 100%. And if you have that stigma about Rare Beauty, then I suggest you do some research, see the mission statement behind this brand and why Selena created it, and I'm pretty sure you'll have a change of heart too. I did do a lot of research on Rare Beauty before I did my product review on the brand because I did have a lot of, like I said, judgments or like preconceived ideas of why I thought she was doing this or coming out with this brand. And I just want to read some things that I read online for you guys, which really made me fall in love with the product line before I even tried it. So her packaging, as you guys maybe have seen, there are these little spheres on them. First I thought, I was like, okay, well that's just an aesthetic choice. She doesn't want to look like all of the other products on the market. She wants to stand out. Somebody wrote, her packaging has the spheres on top of it for people with arthritis, like her, where it's easier for people with disabilities to open using their palm instead of fingers due to the pain. This was important for her to include in her line because of her illness as well. That to me is so beautiful to read because of the inclusivity that it stands for, and it's just very innovative. I haven't seen another makeup brand do that, and I really, really commend Selena on adding that to her brand. And just this story behind Rare Beauty, it says, breaking down unrealistic standards of perfection, being who you are and not hiding who you are. Self-acceptance, which I think a lot of the young generation needs to see and understand. All you're seeing right now is TikToks and videos and pictures and models and Photoshop and Facetune, and you're getting lost. You're getting obsessed. You're freaking out like, why don't I look like that? Why don't my pictures look as airbrushed? How come I have this pimple? How come my under eyes look like that? It's sad. So I love that Selena came out with this brand. It's different. It's advocating self-love, being yourself, and only covering with makeup what you want to cover, not what you feel like you should cover to look beautiful to somebody else. So with that being said, keep on watching to see my first impressions of Rare Beauty. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. My face is clean, I have my moisturizer on, and I am ready for the first product, which is her Illuminating Primer. They only came out with one primer in this collection. It's called Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer. So this is my first ever impression. I haven't used these products before, so what you see is what I see at the same time, and we're gonna do this together. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of it and rub on my hand. So first thoughts, it's not sticky, which is nice. I read that it is a water-based primer and it does not have silicone in it, which is great because I hate silicone primers. It doesn't really smell like anything. I'm not sure if it's fragrance-free. Let me fact check myself. I can definitely see the little bits and pieces of the pearl that they're talking about. I'm excited to get it on my face and try it under the foundation. Pump a little bit into my hand. I'm gonna pat together and then apply to my face. It feels cold. I have not had it in the fridge or anything, so they are not lying when they say it has a cooling effect. My face always gets a little red every time I touch it. It has nothing to do with the product, I promise. I just have super sensitive skin. It goes away in like 2 seconds. Ready? Has it gone away? Okay, I think it has. Doesn't feel sticky on my hands. So we have a good first impression for the primer on its own for now. So next up we have the foundation. It says it's weightless, smooth glide formula, dries to a natural skin-like finish, and it comes in 48 shades. I am so happy Selena did that because a lot of brands have received backlash for not being inclusive, which absolutely they should. So I'm really happy to see that her first line has come out with 48 shades for almost everybody. So I have shade 250W. I'm gonna open it up with the sphere-like top, and oh, I hate that noise. Oh my god, was this an ASMR video? Beautiful. I'm gonna wipe off a little bit of the product. It seems to be a little bit runny. Did read the description, it says serum-like. So let's see first impressions when I put it on my skin. It is. It's a very, I don't want to say oily, but that's the feeling I get. Like it's just gliding on like water. There we go. Not oil, like water. And this was from one wand. Like I haven't dipped it in twice, and this is how much product I've gotten off. One side I'm going to use Beauty Blender, and then on the other side I'm going to use the foundation brush. Again, guys, this is a first impressions video. We are doing this basically at the same time. I haven't tried it on before. What you see is what is real and done in real time. It is very easy to apply, a silky feeling, and lots of product is getting off on the face. So they mean it when they say that a little bit goes a long way with this product. But I am still going to douse my whole half of my face in this foundation because we need that coverage. I like to buff out the foundation in circles. I find that it helps to push the product in even more rather than dragging it across and losing coverage. Wow, this is blending out very quickly. Like, wow, one swipe, boom, done. Nose, done. Okay, well, not really, but you get what I mean. This consistency is beautiful. It is just gliding. It is weightless. So their remarks on their products are pretty bang on from what I can tell. Truly, I can't tell the difference between the Beauty Blender or the foundation brush. But I will say that I feel like the blend went faster with the brush. Beautiful coverage. It feels super lightweight. The only thing that I'm going to test, yeah, so once you put your finger, you can kind of see the fingerprint still on the skin. I'm just going to buff that back out and wait for it to set a little bit because they do make claims about it setting like a natural skin finish. So let's check on that in a couple of minutes. Okay, now that the foundation is on, I am going to grab the concealer. This is also in shade 250. It says instantly hides what you want to hide. Blemishes, dark circles, redness, fine lines with medium buildable coverage and a radiant skin-like finish. All right, let's try. So I've just popped it open. A lot comes on the doe foot. So again, I'm just going to scrape off because I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, because I've never used this before. So let's start with the under eyes. Okay, it seems thick. Did they say medium? They did. It seems a little thick, but let's try with our little TikTok trend, inner corner and outer eye to give you that lift. The more I put on, you guys can see the texture. I'm excited to see how this blends out. I have the concealer brush, and I am going just to start with little pats and see what kind of coverage we get. Oh wow. I go upwards to give me that lifted look. I think that looks really good. I need a little bit of concealer underneath my eyebrow as well and on my eyelid. So let's see how that blends. I'm a big fan of concealer on the eyelid. I find that it helps your eyeshadow stay on much longer too. Oh, this is really nice. Really nice finish. You guys can see I didn't use much and I already have that lifted and covered look. So let's do the other eye. So let's, again, a patting motion. We don't want you. Patting motion and dragging upwards. Sorry, patting upwards because we want that nice and lifted look. Under the brow. This is silky smooth. I'm obsessed with this. Really, really beautiful texture. But again, I need to see how it sets because a lot of these products begin promising and then after a couple minutes you're like, oof, Oof, not cute. But I'm hoping it's not the case for this. So let's see. All right, now that the concealer is on, we're gonna let the whole face set for a little bit. I wanna see if it keeps up with this. I don't wanna call it greasy. It is very illuminating, but it feels a little bit that way. Next, we're gonna go into the Enchant Liquid Luminizer. It says weightless liquid formula, blends evenly for an instant wash of light that looks good on all skin tones. Super fine, light catching pearls make it easy to take your glow from a soft sheen to pure pop in seconds. All right, we're gonna open up the liquid highlighter. Again, a lot is on the doe foot, so we're just gonna wipe it off. And before I put it on my face, since I've never used it before, I wanna put a little bit on my hand and just see what we're working with. I'm going to buff it out. The color looks really beautiful. And it is a very sheen, so you don't get that like intense metallic tin-like look. I'm gonna put it on my hand first, and I'm actually gonna work with my fingers for this. I'm going to buff it into my hand like I had been doing previously. And then I am going to tap on the highest points that I want highlighted. This is really, really beautiful. It's nothing like the Cover FX drops. Those I find have glitter in them and are much more of a glam vibe. This is more an everyday sheen, definitely model-esque, what you see in editorial when they look glossy, hydrated, and beautiful. Everything we want to be. I, however, want a little bit more of a mattifying, so I'm going to take a brush and some Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder, and I'm just going to dab a little bit on top of the foundation so I get some extra matteness and I don't look greasy after a couple of hours. Gonna go in with some bronzer. I've got my Marc Jacobs bronzer right now. I'm going to use the same brush and just buff in the sections that I want to look a little bit more sun-kissed. I love this color. It's like the ultimate summer tan bronzer. Some of the other bronzers, it can be a little bit of like an ashy undertone, and it does not match well with me. This one is one of my all-time favorites. My sister used to make fun of me all the time. She's like, all your videos you use the same bronzer. I'm like, yeah, because it's good. Like, once you find something you love, of course you're always going to use it. Guilty. Even when I'm putting this bronzer on, I just feel like everything is just gliding on so beautifully. It really is weightless, and my skin feels hydrated, beautiful, and covered, but not heavy. Definitely not a cakey feeling. I wanted to zoom in for you guys so you can truly see my first impressions on this. I think it's set beautifully on its own, as well as with other products on top. I had used a Charlotte Tilbury powder and a Marc Jacobs bronzer, and that's it. I look airbrushed, I look covered, but it still looks like me. It's not too heavy and it doesn't feel cakey. I quickly finish the look just by throwing some bronzer on as a transition color, and then I'm actually gonna use the liquid highlight from Rare Beauty on the eyelids because I want to see how that sets. I'm going to take the Enchant liquid highlight, put a little bit on my hand, and I'm actually going to use my finger. So I just want to see how this looks like on the lid. Ooh. Ooh. I know you guys see that. Okay, so I didn't set my lids with powder, and you can see that some creasing has occurred, which is fine. It's normal with any, honestly, liquid that you're using on the eyes. Where you have some skin that folds, you are going to have creasing. Just make sure you set with powder. Learning lesson for me and for you guys next time. Now I'm gonna go in with the liquid highlighter on my finger. I'm just gonna see what it does. It just adds a little bit of a shine, which is super cute. I am not going for anything too intense right now. I really just wanted to showcase her products. I'm gonna put some mascara on, I'm gonna throw a lip on, finish my hair, and then I'll get back to you guys and let you know how everything has set. I'm definitely more impressed than I thought I would be. I do love Selena, but always when a celebrity comes up with a makeup line, you're like, oh, somebody else just jumping on the bandwagon. But she did a lot of research with this line, and her products are evidently really good, and her brand messaging is just everything and more. So I commend Selena on this line, and I do recommend Rare Beauty. I would incorporate this into my everyday routine for sure. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions video. Hopefully you learned something, found a product that you loved, maybe didn't love, and this review kind of helped you make that decision. If you guys liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe so you don't miss any of my next videos.